Hey guys, I'm David, and welcome to my channel. This is Hot Take. And as you can probably tell, I'm at the beach, so today's video is a little different because I'm at the beach over here in Korea. Now, last month when I was home in Canada, I was this close to getting myself a Yeti cooler. But right before I returned to my home over here in Korea, I think the day before I jumped on the plane, I decided not to pull the trigger on getting a Yeti cooler. And boy, am I ever glad that I decided not to get a Yeti cooler. Because maybe after 2 weeks after landing back in Korea, Costco had their Igloo coolers on sale for just 55 bucks. Now I know this and this are not really comparing apples to apples. So I'm going to be comparing my Igloo cooler to Yeti's version of it, which is basically just a cooler on wheels with a suitcase style handle. And even though the Yeti cooler may be superior in a couple of ways, this is one video on my channel where I have zero regrets, zero buyer's remorse. So in the next couple of minutes in this video, I'm going to be letting you know why I'm glad I ended up going with the Igloo cooler rather than the Yeti Roadie cooler on wheels. All right, I only got a few points here, but the number one would obviously have to be the price. Now, if you know anything about Yeti coolers, they are pretty expensive. Like I already said, I picked up my Igloo cooler over here in Korea at Costco for just 79,000 South Korean won, which is around 55 American bucks. Whereas a Roadie cooler with wheels comes in at around 425 bucks. Yeah. And at number two, and this may seem like a bit of a small one, but it's a big one for us, is that this cooler has cup holders, whereas my previous cooler didn't have any cup holders. This feature is so underrated. And our Igloo just doesn't have 2, but 4 cup holders, and they come in at different sizes, which is also pretty handy because we have different size tumblers that we use at the beach. And at number 3, and this could also be easily slotted at number 2, the wheels and the handle. I'm so glad that I went with the rollers just because it's so much easier to move around, and I always end up carrying stuff on it, which is a big plus. Actually, I wasn't even thinking about getting my cooler with wheels, but when I saw it on sale at Costco, I was like, well, why not? It's kind of a win-win because I can carry stuff on it, so I'm glad that I got it. And just a side note here, my Igloo cooler does have a type of wheel well in it, which does cut down on space inside the cooler, unlike the Yeti, which has a very small wheel well. Now, for the last part of this video, I want to talk about the tweaks I'd like to see made to this Igloo to make it into the perfect cooler. And at number 1, it would have to be the access door. I'd like to see a small access door on top so you could get in easier. Because as of right now, every time we want something out of the cooler, we have to take everything off of it. This is something that Yeti does not have, but I have seen a newer version of my Igloo cooler having this access door. That would be a really welcomed tweak. I feel like you're really close. And at number 2 would have to be the rubber stoppers or the rubber feet on the bottom of the actual cooler. Now, this is something that the Yeti does have, but the Igloo doesn't have. Now, why does this matter? Well, just after using my cooler for after 2 times at the beach, this is what the bottom looks like already. Which after 1 or 2 years in, you can imagine that it's going to start to take a toll on the bottom of my cooler. So why does this matter? Because when your cooler is full, it gets heavy. And every time you come to a stop with your cooler, there's always a brief moment when your cooler drags its bottom and it comes to a stop. And trust me, this is even with me babying my new cooler. I was very gentle with it. I'm guessing this is obviously why Yeti included the rubber feet on the bottom of their coolers. All right, so there's a quick breakdown of my new Igloo cooler and what tweaks I would like to see made to them. One more tweak that I forgot to mention is about the handle. As you can see, this is like a suitcase style handle, which the Yeti obviously does have, and the Yeti one does seem to be more robust. But here's a tweak I'd like to see is that the Yeti handle is 3 inches longer, which may not seem like a lot, but when you're taller like me, like I'm 6'2", 188 centimeters, I can't fully walk in an upright manner when I'm dragging the cooler behind me. So any more length that you can have on the handle would be welcomed because it would allow taller people like myself to use it standing straight up. And now for the ultimate question, would I buy it again? Dramatic pause. Yeah, absolutely, I would get it again. I mean, we are only using the cooler in the summer times, so it's pretty hard to justify paying that kind of money for a cooler compared just to 55 bucks for our Igloo. Now, if you want to take a closer look at everything that I mentioned in this video, I'll have Amazon links down in the description. So when you click on them, they'll take you right over to Amazon and you can take a closer look. And two more things. I think it will give me a sub to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And number two, here are some other videos that I posted on Yeti merchandise that may strike your fancy. See ya.